I've always believed there's beauty in silence. In Antarctica, silence isn't just absence, it's presence. The hum of nothingness seeps into your bones, a whisper of the void that stretches for miles in every direction. When the wind dies and the world freezes still, you can almost hear the ice breathing. That's where we were, 6 of us, deep in the belly of the coldest place on Earth. Dr. Lena Morozov, our lead glaciologist. Henderson, the geochemist. Saito, our quiet robotics engineer. Camille, the climatologist with a laugh that echoed like bells. Marcus, my partner in logistics and my oldest friend. And me, Dr. Elijah Crane, field biologist and apparently the one who'd live long enough to tell this story. If telling were still an option. The Discovery, we'd been mapping glacial shifts near the Ross Ice Shelf when our radar picked up something strange, an anomaly beneath nearly 300 meters of solid ice. The readings looked like void space, a cavern. Nothing unusual at first. Antarctica is riddled with ancient ice caves, but this one had structure, angled reflections, repeating geometries, the kind nature doesn't make. We drilled for 3 days straight. The descent was mechanical at first, but the deeper we went, the more the air itself began to feel wrong. It was warm, subtly, unnaturally warm. Henderson joked about Antarctic geothermal jacuzzis. No one laughed. When the drill finally broke through, a hiss echoed up the borehole. Not wind, pressure release. That's when Lena decided we go in. The descent. We rappelled one by one, flashlights slicing through the dark. The ice walls shimmered, layered with trapped bubbles that looked like souls suspended mid-breath. The further we dropped, the stranger it got. Ice gave way to stone. And the stone, it was carved, symbols, spirals, lines that twisted into reptilian motifs. Saito muttered that it looked like cuneiform had a child with a snake's skin. Ancient civilization under Antarctica, Marcus whispered, half joking. Or something that lived here before the ice, Lena said quietly. We reached the floor. The cavern opened into a massive hollow dome, easily the size of a cathedral. In the center stood a black monolith of obsidian-like rock, smooth, seamless, and humming faintly at a frequency that made my molars ache. Geothermal resonance, Camille suggested, but even she sounded unsure. Then the lights flickered. The hum deepened, and we saw something move in the shadows behind the monolith. The first disappearance, Henderson was the first to go. It happened that night, if you could call it night in the land of endless dusk. He was collecting air samples near the far wall when his radio crackled. Elijah, there's something moving under the ice. Static swallowed the rest. By the time we got to him, only his equipment remained, his flashlight lying on its side, beam pointing toward a fissure that hadn't been there before. The edges were slick, as if something had melted its way through. We should have left then. We didn't. Lena insisted we stay long enough to document everything. We owe it to science, she said. I didn't have the heart to tell her that. Science wasn't what was watching us. The pattern over the next 48 hours, things unraveled. The hum grew louder, now pulsing like a heartbeat. Saito's drones stopped responding, each one vanishing as soon as it passed near the monolith. Our batteries drained faster than they should have, and we began hearing whispers. They came through the comms first, garbled words but structured, syllables repeating like a chant. Then they came from the walls themselves. Marcus swore he saw something slither along the ceiling, something translucent, scales reflecting faint green light. Camille disappeared next. One moment she was beside me, recording a thermal scan. The next, her camera dropped to the floor, still filming. The playback showed her turning toward the darkness, eyes wide as if hypnotized, then a flicker of movement behind her. Something with limbs that bent the wrong way. After that, nothing. The revelation. By the 4th day, there were 3 of us left, Lena, Marcus, and me. We barricaded ourselves in a smaller tunnel off the main cavern. The air shimmered like heat rising from asphalt. My skin itched constantly, as if charged. Marcus started muttering about the carvings being maps. "They aren't symbols," he said. "They're blueprints." Lena disagreed. She said they were a written record, a history. "These creatures," she whispered, tracing the scales etched into the wall. "They were here long before us, before mammals, before ice." She looked at me then, her pupils dilated unnaturally wide. "They didn't die out, Elijah. They adapted. We didn't sleep that night. When I finally blinked, Lena was gone. All that remained was her recorder, still running. Her last words: "It's not the ice that's ancient. It's what's under it. They've been waiting for warmth, waiting for us to find them again. Last stand Marcus lost it after that. He tried to climb back up the borehole alone, screaming that he could hear them singing. I found what was left of him at the base of the shaft, his parka shredded, his eyes open, pupils reptilian slits. That's when I saw them clearly for the first time. They stepped out from behind the monolith, 6, maybe 7 of them. Humanoid in shape, but scaled, their movements impossibly fluid. Eyes glowing faintly yellow, slitted like a predator's. They were beautiful and horrifying all at once. Ancient intelligence radiated from them, a kind of cold curiosity. One of them tilted its head, studying me. Its voice slid into my mind like ice water. "You've seen too much." I stumbled backward, flashlight trembling in my grip. "What are you?" I whispered. "We were the first," it said. "You are the mistake." It moved faster than I could blink, claws glinting, the world spinning. The last thing I saw was the monolith pulsing, brighter now, almost alive. The hum reached a crescendo that filled my skull. The end beneath, I woke, or maybe I didn't, in darkness. I can't tell if I'm breathing or dreaming. The ice feels warm around me now. I hear the hum again, steady and slow, like a heartbeat that isn't mine. Maybe they spared me. Maybe they're studying me the way we studied them, or maybe I'm already part of them, absorbed, rewritten. If anyone ever finds this recorder, know this. The cave beneath the Ross ice shelf isn't a natural formation. It's a hatchery. And we've just woken the oldest species on Earth. After that, nothing. After.
Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and would like more stories.